More than 100,000 people in Africa have lost their lives from COVID-19. The continent passed the grim threshold on Thursday, according to government data compiled by AFP. More than 3.8 million cases of the coronavirus have been detected in Africa. Health experts say the real figure across the globe is a lot higher, since not all infections and deaths are recorded. Zimbabwe has started COVID-19 immunizations this week, after the arrival of 200,000 vaccines donated by China. Another 600,000 doses are expected in March. The Sinopharm vaccines arrived on Air Zimbabwe's only aircraft, a Boeing 767.
So according to the figures of trial of Chinese vaccine, our vaccine is very safe and also effectiveness is also proven.
First in line to undergo vaccination was Vice President and Health Minister Constantino Chiwenga.
My ministry conducted all scientific processes to ascertain the efficacy of Sinopharm vaccine, which was confirmed to be 79%.
Sinopharm's efficiency against a new COVID variant that emerged in neighbouring South Africa is still unclear. Official virus figures are still comparatively low. Since the pandemic began, Zimbabwe has recorded more than 35,000 infections, including 1,410 deaths. But the country faces an uphill battle against the virus, with a rundown healthcare system and a struggling economy. Meanwhile, South Africa finally started inoculations after the initial rollout was delayed earlier this month. The first batch of 80,000 Johnson & Johnson vaccines arrived at Johannesburg Airport on Tuesday. On Wednesday, healthcare workers received their first jabs, and the next day, President Cyril Ramaphosa was vaccinated. The government plans to immunise around 40 million people, or 2/3 of the population, by the end of the year.
Less than 24 hours after the shipment landed, the first COVID-19 vaccine was administered in our country. Our vaccination program, which is our best defense against this pandemic, has begun.
South Africa scrapped the vaccination rollout earlier in February, when tests showed the Oxford-AstraZeneca vaccine, which it had just received, may not provide enough protection against a COVID variant identified in the country. South Africa has instead offered to donate the 1 million doses to the African Union.
The recent announcement around the limited efficacy of the AstraZeneca vaccine, so-called cough shield, which has already been cured, was certainly disappointing. However, we are determined not to be derailed on our commitment to roll out in February.
South Africa is the hardest hit country on the continent, with more than 48,000 recorded deaths from the virus. Much of this is because of a more contagious strain of COVID-19. But the curve has recently turned. New cases have dropped below 2,000 per day, compared with more than 20,000 at the end of December. There have been new Ebola outbreaks in Guinea and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The countries, which are 4,000 kilometers apart, reported unrelated outbreaks in the same week. 5 people have died in Guinea, most of them family members of a nurse who passed away from symptoms that suggested Ebola. The latest cases recall the epidemic in West Africa from 2013 to 2016 that left more than 11,300 people dead in Guinea, Liberia and Sierra Leone.
We are expecting the Ebola vaccines in Guinea next Sunday, and the vaccination campaign will start immediately on Monday.
Authorities have banned public gatherings for 30 days. Meanwhile, the Democratic Republic of Congo in Central Africa has begun Ebola vaccinations after 4 cases surfaced. 2 people have died in this outbreak, just 3 months after the previous one was officially declared over. Doctors said the first victim was a wife of a previous survivor. Ebola causes severe fever and, in the worst cases, unstoppable bleeding. It is transmitted through close contact with bodily fluids, and people who live with or care for patients are most at risk. Once again, a mass kidnapping of school children by gunmen in Nigeria. Over 24 students, several staff and a dozen of their family members were abducted early Monday morning in the northwest town of Kagara. Devastated families are asking the government to do everything in their power to find their children.
I can't even sleep ever since the incident occurred. Government, please rescue my son.
We are praying to God for them to be released soon. We are calling for the police to provide more security so it won't happen again.
President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered a rescue operation, and Nigerian security forces say they are tracking the armed gang behind the kidnapping. Northwest and central Nigeria have increasingly become a hub for criminal gangs who commonly resort to kidnapping the vulnerable for ransom money. 2 months ago, gunmen abducted nearly 350 boys from their secondary school in nearby Katsina. The government has come under fire for its lack of action on national security.